Wait.
Quiet, please.
You've probably heard this before, that med school means no sleep, no fun, no friends. But what if I tell you all those things you've heard are just straight up myth?
Wait a minute.
Hi, I'm Dara, a medical student, a 500 level medical student, and today in today's video we're breaking down the biggest myth about medical school, so you stop panicking and start preparing. The first myth you've probably heard or probably stumbled upon is you have to study 247. There's nothing like that. I don't know who told you that. I don't know where you heard it from, but there is no such thing as you have to study 247 in med school. Do you want to break down?
No.
You have to study right. You have to study intensively to get those grades in med school. You have to study intensively to get those knowledge into your head, and you have to study consistently too. But there is no such thing as studying every moment of the day, every second, every minute of every single day. Like, don't you have a life to live? Don't you have other things to do? Don't you have other things to do with your life to achieve other than just med school? Now, don't get me wrong, I want to get this MBBS degree right in good flying colors, but then this is when time management comes in. This is when you have to know how to allocate your time to different areas of your life, to different concerns of your life, your spiritual life, your social life, your family and friends too. Medicine does not necessarily have to take all your time. Imbibe time management into your schedule. Yes, we as medical students want to read, we want to be productive all the time. We just want to have this perfect productive life, but rest is also productive. So you need to rest, you need to allocate your time properly, and always remember quality reading over quantity reading. Number 2 myth is you have to be a genius. Like, who said that? Who told you all that? Where is this information flying on? You don't have to be a genius in med school.
Thanks. Love you.
Yes, but like every other person reading every other course, every other person in other departments. So why is it that it's always expected that people in med school have to be genius or geniuses? If there is something like that. Nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. You're good in your imperfection. You're perfect in your imperfection. That is why most times most medical students will feel depressed, feel depressed, because there's always this narrative that every medical student should be perfect. Every medical student should be the star girl, star guy. So when they're not really getting those grades that they want to get, or where they want to be in class, or answering questions here and there, they begin to feel depressed, they begin to feel down, and that definitely is going to affect your studying schedule too. Like, girl, in med school you're going to be bombarded with questions all the time, classes, posting, clinical rotations from your consultant, and literally in front of your consultants you know nothing. You don't know anything at all. If you're a medical student watching this video, you can relate to what I'm saying. In front of your consultants, they ask you questions, you fail them. In class, you fail them. It's not like you don't know it. Probably you know it. You know a little of what they're talking about, but not up to their standard. So because you don't answer that, it shouldn't make you feel bad, because we don't expect you. Nobody's expecting to be a genius. Nobody's expecting to be perfect. But then, am I smart? Yes. Am I perfect? No. But I'm still making it up. Yes. The third myth is you will never sleep again. Who said that? Are you not a human being? Am I not a human being? Are we not human beings? So why shouldn't we sleep? Should our eyes be like this for 24 hours round the clock, round the week, round the month? No, it is even impossible. Like, our body is a biological device that tends to break down when it is really exhausted. When it is really exhausted, you're going to break down. You need to rest. So there's no such thing that you will never sleep again because you're a medical student. Some persons might even go as far as saying, maybe when they find you sleeping at night or sleeping any time that you find convenient for you, they begin to ask you, why are you sleeping when your mates are out there? Like, literally, we have many things we do in med school: clinical rotation, pediatrics, O&G, pharmacology lectures, pathology lectures. There are a whole lot that you have to give your time to these things to actually do them very well, to do them smartly. But at the end of the day, you see that you get tired, you get exhausted, and why don't you sleep? Why don't you rest? Why, please, if you're in med school, med school is already tough on its own. Please, we're not zombies. Yes, I get that some nights can be rough with books and all of that, but when you get the time to rest, rest. Fourth myth, you have to specialize in something fancy. I don't know who said that. I don't know where it is written that every medical student should specialize in something so fanciful. Like everybody says, dermatology is the new gem, obstetrics and gynecology is the new oil money, pediatrics. Like who said that you really have to go into these courses or go into these specialties that everybody or it tends to trend or everybody is going into? No, but guess what? There are other specialties you can go into because that is what you choose. That is what you want to do, right? There is internal medicine, there is family medicine, a whole lot, right? There are even non-clinical medical roles that you can enroll in, that you can specialize as a medical student, and it still makes you comfortable. It still gives you all that you want, and you just have the time, the freedom for yourself that you want, and you'll still be doing so good. Doing all these things, taking all these non-clinical roles doesn't make you less a medical doctor, doesn't make you less a medical student. So choose you, choose what you're comfortable in, choose what you want to do, and remember, passion over clout. The fifth myth, you must know everything. Like, who said that, please? Who actually made that statement? Do you know that doctors also use Google? Doctors, medical students literally check out Google, check out different, even the basic things, the minimum things that you might like least expect. We check these things out on Google because we have a memory, we can forget. We have a brain, we can forget like every other human being. No one said or no one is saying that you must know everything from the beginning of your textbook to the end of your textbook. Nobody said you have to know every word, you have to know every knowledge of what is inside there. Like, please, medical students, medical doctors are like every other human being out there who have a brain. Yeah, I say that. What really matters is knowing how to think, knowing how to act smart, read smart, think smart. Basically, as a medical student, you just have to be resourceful. You just have to know how to count your teeth with your tongue, and not being a robot, because you're not. The next myth that people talk about or say or even make med school aspirants not to get into med school is that you will lose a lot of friends. Like, it's nothing like that. I don't know who brought this up, but it gets busy, right? Like, med school is a lot of work. You'll be very busy per se, but that does not mean that you have to ghost everybody in your life. You have to leave every friend that you've made or any community or network that you've made in the past. Definitely, you make new friends. You make new med school friends because you actually need people in your that do the same kind of thing you do to actually be in your network or something. Basically, you need people to do life. You need people to walk through this phase called life. And it's not only about having friends that are medical students. There are other friends that you have outside medical school that can help you in different areas. There might be different opportunities that you might seek that these friends are going to come true for you. These friends are going to mention your name in rooms that you are not even at. So always make constant effort. Yes, you're busy. Time management is the key, right? So you can still create time, make out time to communicate with your friends, associate with your friends, have a friends hangout and get that friendship and keep that friendship fire burning, because having a community helps you maintain your sanity. The next myth is you can't be creative or have a side hustle while in med school. This one truly false. For instance, I run this channel while studying medicine, so definitely you can have that side hustle. You can be creative while still being in med school. You can do anything that lights you up. You can write, you can film, you can build a brand. I have classmates that are doing one thing or the other. I have classmates that are doing well in their brands, and believe me, these brands, they started it from scratch. This business, they started it from scratch. I have someone that's a craft master in my class. Like, you need to know that you are worth more than just that degree that you're pursuing. Your life is worth more than just the four corners of a medical school. This is just me telling you that you can be a multi-passionate med student and be unstoppable. Just identify what works for you. Just identify that side hustle or that creativeness of you that can help light up your world in medicine. Med school is hard, actually. No lie, med school has a lot of work. Med school want to make you insane. Like, I get that part, but don't believe in all this hype of different myths. Don't believe in the myth, because all these things people say, or all these things that you hear about, or some of the things I have said now are just things people do or people say just to scare other persons who are aspiring to come into med school from coming into med school and from becoming a medical doctor, right? But if you're aspiring to come into med school to be a med student, you're very much welcome. You are allowed to be human. You're allowed to be tired, creative, imperfect, and you can still make it and become that person you want to be. Well, I can say that I didn't say all the myths that you've heard about med school or about being a medical student. You can let me know in the comment section, and I'm glad that you came across this video and let me know what you think about each of every myth that I mentioned in today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're in this together, and please don't forget to check the description box.